Lucy stepped cautiously into the old house.
Dust motes danced in the faint rays of sunlight filtering through grimy windows. The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of decay and forgotten memories.
She wandered through darkened hallways, her footsteps echoing on the wooden floorboards.
Cobwebs clung to faded wallpaper, and the only sound was the creaking of the house settling around her.
Portraits of stern-faced strangers lined the walls, their eyes seeming to follow her every move. She paused, a shiver running down her spine, feeling an unsettling presence in the stillness.
At the end of a long dusty corridor, Lucy discovered a door. It was heavy, made of dark wood, and secured with a tarnished padlock. The door seemed out of place, almost sinister in the otherwise dilapidated house. Curiosity bubbled inside her, urging her closer. What could be hidden behind its weathered surface?
As she reached out to touch the cold metal of the padlock, a faint whisper grazed her ear.
Don't.
The hairs on the back of her neck stood on end. Her heart pounded in her chest, a drum against her ribs. She glanced around but saw nothing. Had the house itself spoken?
Ignoring the warning that seemed to vibrate in the air, Lucy pulled a rusty hairpin from her braid and set to work on the lock.
With a click, the lock yielded. The door creaked open, releasing a musty, stale odour that made Lucy wrinkle her nose. She held her breath and stepped inside.
The room was utterly bare. No furniture, no carpets, just 4 walls and a single dust-covered window that offered no light. It was strangely cold, as if the room itself sucked the warmth from the air.
Before Lucy could turn back, the door slammed shut with a resounding boom. She jumped, her hand flying to her chest. Panic flared hot and bright.
The flashlight in her trembling hand flickered once, then died, plunging her into absolute darkness.
The whisper returned, closer this time, no longer faint, but a low growl that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. Terror coiled in her stomach, icy and relentless.
Then, in the faint moonlight filtering through the grime-coated window, she saw it. A shape, tall and skeletal, coalesced from the shadows. It moved towards her, slow and deliberate, its form wavering in the darkness.
A cracked mirror hanging askew on the wall glinted in the darkness. Lucy caught her own reflection. Wide eyes, pale skin, and behind her a dark figure with eyes that glowed an unnatural red.
The figure lunged, and a scream caught in Lucy's throat as the mirror shattered, plunging the room into an abyss of darkness and echoing with the sound of her own terror.